Hello! In this video you will learn to do the process of kitchen lithography, which is a clean, easy, and safe alternative to the traditional stone lithography process. Instead of using a heavy slab of limestone, you'll use tinfoil as your image surface, and instead of using sulfuric acid, you'll use any carbonated beverage to etch your image. Here's everything that you'll need. 2 plexiglass plates, one as your image plate, and the other to roll out your ink. I always roll out my ink before I even start the process, just so I don't have to get my hands dirty in the middle of everything. You'll need your tin foil, paper for printing, masking tape, 1200 grit sandpaper, litho crayon. I use Gambling etching ink in Portland black, vegetable oil. Any kind of cola will work, I always use generic. Vinegar, 2 sponges, a bowl of water, and an empty bucket for your etching process. And always make sure you have plenty of paper towels on hand. The first step in the process is preparing your plate for your drawing. I have my foil here about the same size, maybe a ½ inch smaller around the plate. You want to put it shiny side up and make sure you don't touch the surface, because the oils in your fingers will stay on there and they'll etch and they'll print. You don't want that. Make sure it's as flat as possible with no wrinkles in it, because those will print too. Nice and smooth. Now wet the plate just a little bit and use your 1200 grit sandpaper to lightly sand the surface. What that does is it puts a nice texture in there that gives you better values in your drawing. Once that's done, you can dry it off. And then in order to really prepare the surface, make it nice and clean, get rid of all those impurities and all that sludge from sanding, wipe it down with some vinegar. Don't really need a lot, just enough to moisten the plate. And now you're ready to draw your image. We're just going to do something really simple and stylized just to demonstrate what you can achieve with this printing process. I'm drawing directly on the tin foil with my litho crayon, being sure to not touch the surface with my fingers. Add some value in there. As soon as you're done drawing your image, you're ready to etch your plate. Now we begin the etching process. We use that empty bucket, put put our plate over it, and you want to pour the cola over the entire image. Make sure it touches everything for about 5 seconds. Make sure it gets every square inch of that drawing. It doesn't quite matter if it touches the whole plate, just as long as you get the whole drawing covered. So about 5 seconds. Immediately after doing that, dab some of that soda off of there, just so that it's not wet. When you're done the etching process with the cola, pour some vegetable oil on the plate and use one of those dampened sponges to buff the image away. The next step in the printing process is to ink up your plate and get ready to print. You want to keep the plate pretty decently dampened. You don't want it to dry out, because while you're rolling it up with ink and it dries out, it'll roll up the entire image just pitch black and you lose everything you drew. So that looks pretty good. Grab your plexiglass plate with your ink that you rolled out earlier. And slowly ink up the image. You don't want to put too much ink on it right off the bat, because you don't want it to get gunky and the print will be blurry. See right there where it's inking up? That's my thumbprint. I accidentally touched the foil with my thumb, so you get to see how well your print's etched. That looks pretty good. 2 passes of ink. It's inked up sufficiently. Place your plate with your drawing on the press bed. Drawing side up. Get a sheet of paper. It's all about your preference if you want your paper to be wet or not. I always use damp paper just because I feel like the ink adheres to it better. Place your paper over the image. Felts down. Once you've got your plexiglass caught, you can crank it through the press slowly. And once that roller pops off the plate, you can pick up your felt and look at your print. Voila! Kitchen lithography. The cleanup process is very straightforward, but I just wanted to show you how amazing vegetable oil is at getting oil-based inks off of brayers. Instead of using those harsh chemicals like mineral spirits and paint thinners to clean your ink, you can clean your brayers with vegetable oil. See how nice that comes off?